Hello again, everyone. It's me, Johnny. I want to thank you for checking out my channel. Today I want to talk to you about stepping out in faith. I know I haven't been around for a while. I know I've put myself on a self-imposed exile from social media, from doing any videos for a while. Just life, just things that happened or transpired in my life. I just needed some downtime for myself and to reevaluate myself, reevaluate my life. I'm okay health-wise, just other things, just life. And this video is, certain things that I've learned within the last 2 months. I mean, I knew about them, but it wasn't until I learned or I started stepping out in faith and understanding that when you have a divine purpose and a divine calling and your mandate, what your life purpose is, when you learn to spend time alone, when you learn time to spend time in prayer and fasting and learning to listen to that still small voice, your destiny and your purpose calls to you. It's been calling to you since you were a little kid. But all the chatter that goes on in your life right now sometimes just drowns it. And sometimes we make lefts in life where we settle in life. We go the wrong way in life, trying to find happiness when fear overtakes us or self-doubt overtakes us from somebody else telling us how we should fulfill our purpose and our dreams. And it wasn't until I really, like the last couple months, I started to really pursue my purpose, my destiny. Outside of my work, I have a company that I run, my own company, and I decided to take it to another level and to go forward with some things. And it seemed like when I stepped out, in faith and said, I'm just going to do this, because I want to fulfill purpose. I just don't want to be another talking head. I just don't want to be somebody who's just has a channel, but I really want to fulfill purpose and really want to serve in helping people the best way I know how. And through what I'm doing, what I've learned through experience, is in order to heal the body correctly, it's really a spirit, soul, and body approach. That's what I preach. That's what I teach. I believe in it because I've been through it and I'm going through it right now. And it seemed like when I made a decision and I signed some contracts, about a week or two later, everything in my life seemed to go wrong. Everything. And I was wondering, like, how can this be? From my car breaking down, computers crashing, there was a leak in the roof, my website crashed. What else happened? I got sick. I ate something off a menu that I've learned. Life lesson is if you can't read it, on the menu, don't eat it. And I got sick for about 2 weeks. My gut, it lets me know how far I've come from my initial cancer diagnosis. That I can't eat and I know that, just can't eat anything or even have a cheat meal. But in this case, it was a different culture restaurant I went to. And I said, well, let me try this, and it just didn't work out. But anyway, aside from that, everything in my life seemed to go wrong. Everything. And it looked like everything was just falling apart. That's what I saw with my natural eyes. But it wasn't, I didn't see the full picture of what was going on, not realizing that things were falling in place. There was relationships that I had to let go because they were more upset with me being successful than, seeing me succeed. And it was just like, you have to let those things go when you step out. Not everyone can come on that journey with you. When you have a divine purpose, which I believe everyone does, and a divine calling, I believe everyone does, we're not really taught how to listen to that still small voice or how to sit down and spend time alone to focus on what we really want to do. And in my case, sometimes I would listen to people who's never done it before. Why would I take advice from someone who's not accomplishing their own vision? From someone that, you call the person and leave a message and they never call you back. Call a message, leave a message and they never call you back. They call you, you pick up the phone, hey, what the blah, 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 blah. You go through the whole thing and it's the same thing. It's not a two-way, relationship. It's more of them, for me, it's like what I call a diss. It's just like, if I call you, it's got to be a mutual respect. And what I've learned was, it wasn't until I really started stepping out on what I was called to do that I started setting people in my circle, or I thought that was my circle, or I thought that was for me, or really cared about the vision and the purpose or my mandate that I wanted to fulfill. But then I realized it wasn't up to them. They have nothing to do with my vision. They have nothing to do. All they are, people come into your life, and they can be for you or against you. And in this case, what I've learned is some of them were against me. I don't hate them or anything. I just view the relationships that I have now, as you're not being a part of this. This is what I'm called to do. You have to find out what you're called to do. And so what I've learned in this journey that I'm on, this journey of life, that we live in this, two dimensions, in the dimension of time and, eternity at the same time. But your destiny always calls out to you. Your purpose always calls out to you. That one thing that you really can do well, better than anyone else. That one thing that not only that you're passionate about, that you're knowledgeable about. That you really know what it is you're called to do. So when I started stepping out in faith, like I said, everything seemed to fall apart, seemed to break down. And I couldn't understand why. Like, what is going on? I mean, car breaking down, PCs crashing, leak in the roof, website crashing. And I'm like, there's got to be a greater purpose. See, when you have a vision, you have a purpose and a destiny, it's going to be tested. See, I didn't want to be like another talking head, or when I do motivational lectures or speaking, I go out and speak. It's kind of funny because when I first started out, there wasn't really nobody, showing up. And now I'm blessed that the parking lot is full. So some of the venues, it's not like an arena or anything, but, people want to hear what I have to say. And I'm blessed by that. I'm honored by that because I want to make an impact. And I've learned through this, you learn things when you're going through. What I've learned is not to focus on it. I didn't get upset when my car broke down. 90 degrees heat down here in South Florida. And instead of calling instead of calling Uber to give me a ride home or whatever the case may be, or a friend to come pick me up, I just called a tow truck, had it towed, and walked home. Got home, I was sweaty, didn't even let it get to me. And it shows how far I came, how far my mind was renewed. Because the old Johnny before getting a cancer diagnosis would have flipped out, would have been so pissed, would have been so aggravated, woe is me, and blaming everybody else for the problems in my life. And the sad part is I did it to myself in this occasion. Just wasn't paying attention to the little warning lights in my car. Finally, it just went down. Okay, lesson learned. And, I had to move on from that. And trying to stay focused on what it is you're called to do. Not worrying about somebody else's race. You can't take, why would I take, advice from somebody who's never had their own company? Why would I do that? If they have no clue the difference, what an LCC is and all these other, what you can name your companies or file your companies, why would I take advice from them? And this is what I've learned. And one of the things that I've learned that kept me going and I wanted to share with you is that we're called vessels. The good book says that we're bodies are vessels or temples. And one thing I've really learned how to do on my journey was I learned what I call downloading information from the spiritual realm, from the Creator on down, allowing my body to be a vessel to hear what is being said so I can carry on. Some people might say the universe, I have no problem with that. You believe in what you believe in, it's cool, I got that. But for me, one thing that I've learned, there's a scripture in the good book that says, write the vision down. And I am a believer of that because I believe we're visual people. You see it before you do it. You already see it in your mind. Let's say, you're going to hook up with somebody, you're going to see with somebody. Before you hook up with that person, whether it's a date already, you already visualize it in your mind. You already see it up here, right? And you rehearse it over and over again. It's the same thing with your vision. The same thing that you want to do. And one of the things I found out that is so powerful for me, when you're stepping out in faith, you're going to be tested. If it's truly a divine calling, if you can do it for yourself, then hey, more glory to you. But when the vision is big, when the vision is huge, that it's not from you, but it's a divine purpose. And when you step into it, although things are falling apart, you still have a peace. And that's what I went through. Everything was falling apart, but I had a peace about it. I didn't get upset. I was just like, all right, guess that I said, who cares? I'm going to bounce back from this. And one of the things that kept me going was writing the vision down, keeping it before me, understanding what my vision, my purpose, my destiny is, understanding that my destiny has been calling me since I was a little kid. It's been echoing within my heart. Your purpose and your destiny is wired within your DNA. Every one of your cells has your purpose and your destiny in it. So people say, well, how do you know what it is? You know, I don't know what it is. Yeah, you know what it is. It's just that you haven't spent time alone to figure it out. You'd rather go to a job or a place that you hate, sit down around people that are never going to fulfill their dreams and make your life miserable, instead of taking time by yourself and going for a walk in the beach, a walk in the park, waking up early, learning to be quiet, learning to be still, turning off the TV, all the negative vibes. So you have to watch out what comes into your mouth gate, what you let out of your mouth gate, what you let into your mouth gate, all right, by what you see, by your eye gate, your hear gate, your ear gate. All right, all these things affect the temple. All these things affect the vessel. All these things affect who you truly are. If you're constantly getting bombarded by negative news, that's why I really don't watch a lot of news. I really don't watch a lot of TV, because it's all negative. That's why they call it programming. That's why the whole world, because of the internet, is shifting so fast that you can't even keep up. The technology that was out and new 3 or 5 years ago is no longer new. You know, look at the iPhone race, you know, with the Android race. All these phones keep on coming out to do different things. Technology is constantly changing. And you can't be stuck in a 1990s mentality or a year 2000 mentality. There's greatness within you. There's something that you're called to do, but you're not going to do it listening to people who aren't going anywhere. You have to learn to separate yourself. And this last 2 months when I was off and not shooting any videos, I needed to do this because this is my ride or die, what I was called to do. And the vision is so big that I know I can't do it by myself. When things were falling apart, they were falling in place. People that weren't supposed to be in my life are no longer in my life. That's how powerful it is. And I'm not going to let no one deter me from what I'm called to do. I'm not perfect. I'm going to fall down. The true test of a champion is not how fast he gets knocked down. It's how fast he gets up and continues to fight. That's how you can tell a true champion. You know, coming from a cancer diagnosis, I didn't focus on the cancer. I focused on how my body works. I focused on how my body heals. I focused on building a team of positive doctors around me and said, let's see what this body can do. And I'm still on the healing course and on the mending course, because for me, it's just not getting one good PET scan or 2 good PET scans. For me, I'm only seeing a doctor like once a year, twice a year. My oncologist, I think it's once a year now. From seeing one like every other day for a while when I first initially got diagnosed. And one of the things that I've learned, take this, if you don't get anything from this video, is writing down the vision, understanding your purpose, understanding what you're called to do. And I have on here on my iPhone, okay, my connection to the outside world. I write down my vision. There's nothing special about my iPhone, but what I've learned was, when the good book says, and that you're a vessel and you open yourself up, you know, it's like you're like a radio, your frequency, your body, your antennas. It's like a radio. When you turn the dial, you turn into a different station, all right? Another station over here. It's the same way you work here. It's what you're turned into. What are you tuned into? What are you focusing on? What are you meditating on? What are you really giving life to? You can give life to life or death. The power of the tongue, the power of the mind, the power of the heart is what you choose to meditate on. And when I understood that my body is a vessel, okay, my body is the connection from the natural world to the spiritual world. For me, I believe in God, the Creator. Some people believe in the universe. Whatever you're into, that's what you're into. God bless you. I'm not going to hate on you. I'll still love on you. It's not about that. But what I want to show you is something that got me through it and continues to get me through it. Is when I learned to listen to that still small voice and I'm downloading the information, okay, now it's in me. But when I take it and I put it in writing, okay, I'm taking it from the spiritual realm, my body's the vessel, and I'm writing it down into the natural realm, and I'm keeping it before me, okay? I'm keeping it before me so I can see what the plans are. The plans that He has for me are good, okay? Everything about what you're called to do. Yeah, you're going to face adversity, but how do you react to adversity? I mean, all these things that happened to me, I got a smile on my face because this Johnny that you see today was not the same Johnny 10 years ago when I first got diagnosed. I would flip out, get angry all the time, lose sleep over things. Now it's just like, okay, how I respond to everything is critical. Okay, my response to it, not how somebody else responds to it, because no one else can fulfill my vision for me. There can come along people that can help, okay, but no one's going to come and fulfill it for me. And you're going to have people that are around you that are totally not for you. We can look at, Jesus Christ, his inner circle, or the people hung around him. The one who stabbed him in the back was one of his own people in his circle that he hung out with. And it was going to happen to you. That which was shall be. It'll happen. The thing is learn to keep an eye on it. And that's what I've learned to do. But through this whole thing, coming back on YouTube, it said, yeah, I'm coming back with a more vigorous approach, pulling out all the stops. I can't really talk about everything that I want to talk about because I work in a medical facility, so I have to watch out what I say. But that day's coming. And learning that my vision, my purpose is everything. It's why I breathe. My purpose wakes me up in the morning. That's why I'm back out at the gym working out. I just started working out again. Getting things back together the way they should be. Not settling in life, but going for what you're called to do. And it all starts with you with one decision that says that I want to change. Most people say they want to change with their lips, but the heart is far from it because you don't want to do the work. And you're going to have to do the work in order to make changes. All right? And once again, what I wanted to share with you is that when your body's a vessel, when the Creator, the universe, whatever you want to call it, gives you a vision, you're the vessel, you're downloading. It's like a radio station, tuning into something. You're downloading it into your vessel. But when you take it and you write it down on a piece of paper, on your iPad, on your iPhone, on your computer, you're bringing it from the spiritual realm into the natural realm. So you can see it, and what does it say? To run with it. And it's going to come in its appointed time. And I wanted to share these things. It's good to be back. Thank you so much. I'm getting back to so many more emails. I'm going to start doing videos in Spanish. So I've been getting a lot of requests for that. And I'm just going to step out in faith and just do it. Step out of my comfort zone. Not becoming complacent. And I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you for checking out my channel. And remember, you're alive, but are you really living? Here at Johnny Ramos TV, also my website called Live Alive, we learn to heal spirit, soul, and body. God bless you guys and take care.